All right. What is going on, everybody? Welcome on back to the Cinema Lords podcast. This is going to be our Captain America Brave New World review. I am here with my boy Luke. Luke, what's going on, pal?
Doing well, brother. Thanks for having me.
Of course. It's been a little while since we've had you in, but busy time of year is coming again. We're going to be cranking out shows.
Yeah, and we got to see this one in theaters yesterday, so got it right up there the day after premiere, and yeah, good little Cinema Lords field trip.
Yeah, it was. Nice little group outing to the theater.
Yep.
Shame Mitz couldn't make it.
Yep.
But yeah, no, IMAX viewing is always the best too. It's my absolute favorite thing to do.
Definitely.
So yeah, let's get into Captain America opening weekend, which I would say right away. I go to all these Marvel movies on opening weekend, and a lot of other big movies. You know, like whether it's Dune or some other big, trilogy, saga, Star Wars, whatever it is, and the first 3 nights are always like, jam packed to the fucking nines. I went through, it was half empty yesterday.
Yeah, if that.
I was like stunned.
Yeah, it was very surprising. We had some elbow room, not the worst thing there, but yeah, and not a lot of reactions from anybody throughout either. Just a few chuckles and.
Yeah, the only we'll actually kind of save that and pivot because we're gonna do like 3 or 4 minutes of spoiler free, and then we'll kind of fucking get into things.
Sounds good.
But yeah, that was a big thing I noticed. I go to IMAX all the time for these openings. Usually I'm lucky if I get like a souvenir cup. Like I'm lucky if I get a souvenir cup. Stroll in there yesterday, they got 2 of the big buckets. They got this dope ass fucking thing. They got this dope ass cup. There's just like everything to choose from. So I was like, oh wow, I was like, this is uncharted territory too, because normally all of this shit's sold out, and I'm just sitting there like, oh damn.
Yeah, bad sign.
Yeah, I went all out though yesterday. I got Holly a cup, me a cup, this friggin' thing. Spent like $80 to go to the fucking movies yesterday.
Yeah, cost you a pair of shorts.
Yeah, no shit, dude. Gonna have to like stain bar those entire shorts later today.
Yeah, got like a pint of butter.
Yeah,
leaked on them through that.
Yeah, there's definitely like a little like crack in the plastic somewhere in mine. Because even when I was like washing it today, I was like drying it and was just like leaking water.
Yeah, buyer beware.
Yeah, for real. I don't know. I'll probably like store fucking wires in it or some shit like that. Yeah. I don't know. It'll serve some purpose here in the studio. But yeah, that kind of left me wondering how this movie, I guess, was going to do. But reports of this morning, 192 right now, million worldwide, 92 domestic, 100 international, which is pretty solid. I mean, it's not like it's not bad for a Marvel movie, really.
Yeah.
I think I saw it needed to make like, I think it was like right around 400 to make its money back after you figure all the marketing and shit that went into it. So you're gonna be almost roughly halfway there after opening weekend. It's
promising.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So there was kind of an answer to that question, even though our theater wasn't showing it, and like even like some of our friends, like I asked Los to go, and Los just didn't care about it at all, and I was just like, all right, man. I was like, I don't know. I was like, I already liked Anthony Mackie's Falcon character, like in the Captain America movies.
Yep.
Like I would have preferred Bucky to get the shield in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but it's not like I was like mad about it. You know what I mean? I was like, all right, Anthony Mackie's the next guy up. Like,
right.
He's the man. And we obviously got introduced to the new Falcon in that show as well, which we get to see a lot of him in this. Which I like that kid, Danny Ramirez. Have you seen Top Gun Maverick?
Yes.
All right, so he's one of the I think
yeah.
he's Doughboy. I want to say his name is. Cool. I think his tag.
I did not catch that.
Yeah, that's like where he got his like his big, step from is from that. He's probably going to be seen a lot more.
Yeah, he was great. Awesome addition here, and they had the most effective humor throughout.
Definitely, yeah,
just very likable.
Yeah, definitely like played into like his youth, the fact that he's like the young guy and shit.
Yep. High
energy.
Yeah.
But I thought that was good. So yeah, we can basically, like I said, we'll do spoiler free. I'd say overall, like this was just like a solid Marvel movie. Like it's nothing amazing. It's nothing awful. It's just right around the middle, and it's a movie that with Fantastic Four coming this year, like I think everyone's super, super excited for that. And then I think a lot of people are getting pretty excited for the Thunderbolts. I know I am. So I think it's not awful for this movie to just come out and just like be solid.
Yeah, they needed to hit a single. They needed to get someone on base, kind of thing. Yeah,
great. Yes, that's actually a great way to put it. Like it's nice to just like, because like figure, was it last year or the year before? Quantumania, Ant-Man Quantumania was the first movie of the first movie or show this like the year. I think it was February was the release, And it's like that just like right away, just like I felt like left a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah.
Which Guardians thankfully came along and saved that. But like I said, this felt like this was nice. I was like, okay, that was fun. It had like when the action scenes, the action sequences are really good, and when they're going, like I very much feel like I'm watching a Marvel movie. You know what I mean? So I thought that was good. Good performances, which I think that's kind of not obvious at this point, but obviously Harrison Ford. Anthony Mackie was good. The new kid, Danny Ramirez, was good. Giancarlo Esposito, I feel like was kind of wasted in this, which we'll get into more.
Agree.
But even the couple of scenes he has, he is like always. He was really good. I would say the plot is A, kind of a mess, and B, pretty lazy. Those are two. I mean, I think that's the biggest problem I have with this movie was the plot in general. And I would say along with that is kind of just they tried to shoehorn in like just too many people.
Yeah.
Like there was not enough. The movie's only like 2 hours flat pretty much. And you either needed to lose a character or two completely, or you needed to toss on like 20 or 30 minutes to flush everybody out. And I don't know if people necessarily would have wanted another 20 or 30 minutes. You know what I mean?
Yep, I'm with you. I think maybe they were counting too much on people watching the last show, the Falcon and Winter Soldier, and then also remembering enough about Incredible Hulk from 15 plus years ago. You know?
For real.
Like they definitely leaned on that a lot. And I agree. They could have done more to make us care about more of these people.
Yeah, and even kind of like, I don't know, I guess like, actually, we'll kind of, I don't, actually, you know what, I lied. We'll stop right there as far as spoiler-free stuff.
Right.
So if you haven't seen the movie and you don't want anything spoiled, come back later.
Yeah.
So yeah, actually, like, let's get into, like, what kind of like that guy right there, fucking the scientist, Steven Stern.
Yeah.
So two things with me that I didn't like. I feel like they kind of told us like what happened to him and why he's doing these things, and basically like a 30-second like Sports Center highlight reel.
Yeah.
It was just like this happened and then this happened and then this happened and now he's angry and now he's right here and he's manipulating the whole thing and that's all you're gonna get. And I was just like, all right, that's annoying. And it also very much gave the impression of just like, hey, you guys remember that guy who was like a fifth or sixth character in a movie from almost 20 years ago? Like here he is. It's just like. Yeah. Okay, I wish I had known to fucking go back and watch The Incredible Hulk before watching this movie.
Right. They really did lean on that a lot. It was, yeah.
I like, once they like kept like talking about him and showing like that little highlight and the little clips, I'm like, all right, yeah, like, I remember the guy's face from the movie. You know what I mean? It's like, I know the actor. Like, I don't remember. I haven't seen Incredible Hulk in so long.
Same. Yeah.
I don't even know when.
It's considered one of the worst Marvel movies by most people, right?
Yeah, I don't like it. It's definitely in the bottom. I think I have it in the bottom 5 or so.
Yeah, so weird to pull that back into the memory bank here, but I guess they needed to.
Yeah, it was just, it was kind of strange. But kind of let's just stay there as far as what we were already kind of hinting at. But there was too many characters because you have Harrison Ford, Thunderbolt Ross, which I did like right away. I did like the little Anthony Mackie joke with him, Harrison Ford and Anthony Mackie, when he was like, oh, I like the new look.
Yep.
It was just like, that was cute.
Yep.
Recasting joke. I like that. Self-awareness. Go. Yep. That was good.
Not just no more stash, but new face.
yeah, that's right. He made it. Yeah, mustache thing.
Yep.
So obviously, you got Anthony Mackie. He's going to be Captain America. So we're going to be moving his story. You got Danny Falcon. He's going to be moving forward. Then obviously we have Harrison Ford. We know he's going to be a massive character. So right there you got those three. And then it turns out that this Steven Stern guy is really like the main villain who's behind everything, like moving all of the chess pieces. Right. So it's okay. Now you got 4 like characters that we're really going to have to dive into a bit here. Then you introduce Sidewinder. You got Giancarlo Esposito's character, who was wicked cool. Like he's only on screen in like 3 scenes, but they're like arguably like 3 of the best scenes in the entire movie.
Yeah.
So it's like, fuck, like I would have liked to get more from him. And they did kind of hint like maybe like we'd see him again. But the thing is like when? You know what I mean? Like everything going forward for the next little bit is going to be so like large scale.
Right. I don't really get what his real threat is either. He's just a regular guy who like head of a crime.
Yeah, just like a damn good fucking hitman basically.
Yeah, like I don't know. Doesn't seem that scary to me. And yeah, he was mostly just relevant in the first 15 minutes. Then he had that other cool scene like halfway through. But
yeah. He reminded me of Frank Grillo's character in Captain America. I can't fucking think of his name, but he ended up like turning into a bad guy after like they dropped a fucking building on him.
Yeah.
He came back in the beginning of Civil War. Actually, it's the opening scene.
Okay. Yeah.
I can't think of his fucking name in the movie.
Yeah, maybe they'll power him up.
Yeah, like exactly. It was just kind of like a lame knockoff version of like a villain.
Yeah.
It was like, all right, here's this guy who was a really good soldier, and he's like pretty decent fighting, and we'll give him like just a little something to make him seem.
Yeah, he got some super serum or something.
Yeah. Like he had those fucking huge ass like glove arm things.
Yeah.
All right. So like so then you throw him in there, Sidewinder, so he's a fifth character. And then you definitely tried to shoehorn in Isaiah, the old Captain America, the black Captain America from like what is it, the Korean, I think they said the Korean War or some shit.
Yeah,
50s or 60s, something like that. And then like we put him in the like we kind of shoe in his character as well. And then it's like you're dealing with like, now you're at like 6 characters where you're all trying to like kind of flush out their stories in like a 2-hour movie.
Yep. And
I just felt like it was a lot going on and there wasn't enough screen time to certain things. Like honestly, like the Isaiah character, like he could have had like one scene in this movie, like in the beginning, and been like, "Oh, hey, like you're from the show. Like I remember you. Like yeah, you're Black Captain America." But he didn't need to be like a real like character in this movie. You know what I mean?
Right.
It just like it wasn't necessary.
He had basically the same storyline that he had in the show, where he's getting wrongly accused of something, and they have to get him out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they barely
right.
showed off his superpowers too. He just punched that one heavy bag. In the gym, and
like kind of ran through a couple of things.
Yep. And then like ran off from the White House. That was cool, but I don't know. I wanted to see him do his thing a little bit more too if they were going to include him.
Right. Yeah, he never
like
has
you said,
that moment.
If you're going to include these people, fucking let them do something to make it worth them being there.
They just put him back in jail, and it was just like extra motivation, I guess. But like, does he need any more extra motivation? Like, I feel like he would have already cared a lot about this mission of his.
Right.
I don't know. It just didn't feel necessary for me at all. Like it just felt like an extra thing that just didn't need to be there. And it's like those scenes where he goes to like visit him in prison or something like that could have been used somewhere else. Like it could have been used on the Steven Stern character, or it could have been used on the Hulk character. It could have been used somewhere else.
Yep.
That would have made more sense. You could have gave Sidewinder another scene.
Right.
Whatever it is.
Yep. I feel like that was another miss too. That like so much of the marketing was about Red Hulk, and then he doesn't even come in until the last 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't know. He was, they teased us with it for a long time, but it was really a non-factor till the very end.
I did like the scene where Harrison Ford was like alone, and he was just on the phone with him, and he was like, you could see like his eyes were starting to turn, and he was like fighting it, and he was like able to like swallow it down. I was like, all right, that was cool, because like that was not what I think that's not what really like too many people were expecting. Like everyone's like, all right, here it is, this is the moment.
Right. And
he was able to fight it off for a long. Harrison Ford was really good.
He was.
Harrison Ford was really good. I mean, that I think kind of isn't surprising at all, and kind of almost assumed. But I thought Red Hulk was dope when he came on screen. Yeah. Like I thought he looked sick. I've always loved the Hulk character, and it really just made me miss the fucking Hulk.
Sure.
Like Smart Hulk sucks.
Right. The Beast. I want the full angry Hulk.
It like completely. It's like it's like you're actually like cutting a character when you do that. Like the Hulk is a character and Bruce Banner is a character. Like they're separate. Right. So when you actually do that, it's like you're removing the Hulk as a character. Like now you're just dealing with Bruce Banner.
True.
It's fucking lame. I really hope that with Secret Wars and all this fucking multiple timelines and all that shit, that maybe we can find a way to get rid of Smart Hulk. I haven't seen like online. I've never seen like a pro Smart Hulk thing ever. Like it's the only time I see anything related to Smart Hulk, it's like this is the dumbest fucking idea of all time.
Yeah,
I think it's unanimously hated.
Exhibit A of what Marvel has done wrong.
Yeah, it's like the only bad thing to do with like the Infinity War Endgame fucking 2-part is fucking Smart Hulk. Which actually he doesn't even come in until Endgame. He's not even in the first part. The first part he is still Hulk.
Yep.
Let's see here. All right, I would think this was a good thing. I think right out of going into this movie, I think there was a few questions from the audience. I would say probably the biggest one is how is Sam gonna be able to like match up against these super beings when he is just like an ordinary guy? Basically, he didn't take the serum, so he's not like Cap. He's got those cool ass wings and he's got a shield, but otherwise he's still just a dude. And I thought right out of the gate they kind of did a good job of kind of being like, all right, we gave him a big ass tech upgrade from the Wakandans of all people.
Right.
So it's like his suit is vibranium now, and then you got these wings that got the kinetic energy like Black Panther uses to like basically absorb incoming attack and then like use it to add extra boost and power to their attack.
Right.
So then you got that, he's flying, he's got the suit and he's got the shield, and it's like, all right, this guy's like close to like what basically Black Panther is, and just gave him a set of wings and a cool shield.
Right. He's pretty strapped up. He's fully equipped now.
Yeah, for sure.
I did think it was kind of annoying, or like you said, or maybe we're giving him a pass because they needed to stick to the formula here. But he's basically just a combo of like 6 different superheroes now.
Falcon?
Yeah.
Yeah. I get what you're saying.
You know, he's Black Panther. He's got Ant-Man's mask. He's
yeah.
He's got Cap shield.
Yeah.
He literally does the Black Widow calm down the Hulk thing at the end of this movie.
Yeah.
You know, they're just kind of pulling a little bit from everything, but like we said, we'll give him a pass. It is an entertaining movie, and he uses everything well.
Yeah, and Anthony Mackie's awesim. Like Anthony Mackie's awesome. Sam Wilson is awesome. Like I love Sam. Like he's a great character.
Yep.
I like he's in every single dynamic so far. So he's got his relationship with Steve Rogers. Obviously, he's great. His relationship with Bucky was very much like brothers or buddy cop kind of thing. You know what I mean? And then this new one with Falcon, all 3 of those are slightly different dynamics, but I like all 3 of them. Like I think he's really good at just having like on-screen chemistry. I don't know if it's just all good castings around, but in all of those, like they all feel like good real relationships to me.
Yeah, I agree. He was really came out well in this movie, and yeah, I think he filled the role of Cap really well. Made you think that he really does care about all those ethics and like morals that make Cap who he is, and that he really feels the pressure to carry the shield and represent. You know, I think they pulled that off too.
Which I think is kind of
mark.
A second question is like they've already said, like he's basically, or it's been leaked that he's going to be like basically the leader of the Avengers.
Right.
In this movie, we saw him basically get asked to do it, but I think, like you just said, we saw those signs in this movie where it's like, oh, okay, like I can see this guy actually like being a leader, even though he's not the most powerful being in the room. Like he does have that something extra that like Steve Rogers had, as far as being able to like lead a team and like
be selfless. And,
yeah.
Yep.
Gain the control, gain the respect of the room and shit like that. Like, and everyone knows like this is an honorable dude. He's not some playboy, philanthropist, billionaire. Like,
right.
You know what I mean? Like,
right.
He's just a straight up guy.
Yep. That was definitely one of their main goals, I think, from this movie, and they pulled that off.
Yeah. I liked seeing like even as if like the few scenes where he's talking with like guys in the army still. Like there's the one guy that ends up getting killed and shit. Yep. But I feel like those are all like good. Like you can just see like there's I don't even know if it's necessarily Captain America, but it's just like soldier. Like just respect both ways. You know what I mean?
Yeah, calls in a few favors with his soldier buddies.
Yeah. No, I thought Mackie was really good, and I do buy into him as Captain America, and I do buy into him as being a leader after this. I think this movie was really good for that, as far as how is this guy going to physically match up, and how is he going to lead a team? And I think those 2 questions they like addressed very well.
Yeah, I agree.
So I think that was very big for them. Let's see, good chemistry, and a lot of the performances were really good. Let's see. What else do I got here? Oh, good Bucky Barnes cameo. Thought it was like this was clean.
Yep.
This was like a clean, like came in at the perfect time. It was only like 3 or 4 minutes.
Yep.
And it was just that was probably the biggest moment in the theater, I think, for reaction wise.
Yeah. Some gasps.
Yeah. A few people. Even I was like, oh shit.
Yeah. For sure.
And I didn't. I don't know why. I guess it probably should have been like not so surprising, but I just didn't expect to see him in this movie.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because Thunderbolts is coming right around the corner. Maybe that had something to do with it. But I just didn't expect to see him in this.
Yeah. And so now he's on a campaign to be a
that's right.
senator or something. Or
I think it was a senator.
Governor,
yeah, I think they said senator, which is interesting because again, Thunderbolts is right around the corner, so something must go very awry there.
Right.
It's a big shift.
Yeah. Interesting.
Thunderbolts looks fucking good. I'm very intrigued by Thunderbolts. That trailer yesterday was sweet.
It was.
Looked even better in even better in IMAX.
Yeah.
So kind of talked about how the plot was not filled out character-wise. I would say my other problem with it is the actual just general, like the brainwashing thing. Like they made it seem like so quick and like so easy. And like I know that like this scientist guy is like the smartest mind and he can go along with a whole bunch of things, but like just like someone's looking at their phone, it flashes a few times, and then they just play some like randy song that sounds like it'd be like played in a diner, like I don't know, in the fucking 70s. And next thing you know, these guys are just like brainwashed.
Right.
And it's like it just seems lazy because say like with Bucky who was brainwashed, there's like we see like years and years of torture, electroshock therapy. The guy's like literally like tortured to the point where they have to like drill this shit into his subconscious over years and years, so that they can use him as like a weapon. And this guy's able to do it with like a fucking phone call, basically.
Yeah, and it probably is way more than that, but they just don't care to tell us about it. They don't want to explain.
Yeah, it just like I feel like their explanation was like, this guy's really smart.
Yeah,
that's what it seemed like.
Yeah, and then he proceeds to not be very smart through a lot of the movie. Like, you know, he just like fucks up. He doesn't realize that 80% chance of something happening means that like it's also 20% not.
That's right. Yeah. It was like 89 and 11, I think it was.
Yeah, it's like, well, that's not really guaranteed, dude.
No shit.
Know better than that.
1 in 10, I think it was basically.
And then he also just kind of gives up at the end, which I thought was kind of weak.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. Just like flops.
Yeah. But he, alludes to the fact that he has some grander scheme coming up. So give him a pause on that judgment. But
again, too, it's like when I did actually already see a rumor though that Harrison Ford has agreed to come back in something. But again, it's like the same thing. It's like if Harrison Ford's character was going to come back, I think it would make sense for him to come back in Thunderbolts. But like that seems impossible.
Right. Well, he's going to be the standing president at least. Oh no, he's not. He's in jail.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. He has no shot of returning to presidency, right? He's pretty fucked at this point.
I think so. Yeah. I think so. Even like, I guess it was fine, but it was just like there was like the phone call and the thing at the end. I was like, I gotta be honest, like it's fine, but I was like, I don't need Liv Tyler in this movie.
Yeah.
Again, The Incredible Hulk was almost 20 years ago, and the movie was not very good. I do not need to do like when I think of Thunderbolt Ross, I don't think of The Incredible Hulk. I think of the Winter Soldier. Like he's like the bad guy basically in that movie.
Right.
I mean him and Bucky, but obviously Bucky's brainwashed and shit. But he's like the bad guy.
Yeah, it is. It's a strange pull.
Yeah, I just thought I will. Like I said to Holly when we were leaving, I was like, because she hadn't seen Falcon and the Winter Soldier, so I made sure I was like, oh, we should definitely watch this. Yep. A, because of Sam Wilson, and also B, because of John Walker, because like Thunderbolts right around the corner, and I was like, this is the introduction to him. This is how Cap gets the shield. I was saying as soon as we left, I was like, I wish we had fucking known to watch Incredible Hulk too, because there was so much Incredible Hulk shit in this movie.
A ton.
It's a shame. That movie should have been good. Nah, I don't know. Too bad Eddie Nolan's a douchebag too, and had the fucking. Just like be completely insufferable apparently to work with, and just they didn't even want to bring him back. They were just like, no, fuck that.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, which there have been other stories too of him just being a complete fucking asshole to work with.
What about that head of security lady who was like the
Black Widow?
Yeah,
that was cool. Like, see, like I thought that was like a cool little character to throw in there.
Yep, but they needed more for her too. Like I don't even know her name.
Yeah, they definitely said it like one time. That's a good call, actually. Yeah, and she like towards the end, she's in like a lot of scenes.
Right.
She does have like a lot of screen time.
Right, and she's on the good side. Pretty like halfway through the movie, she switches to still having some power with the president with Ross, but not fully on his side. More pulling for Captain and Falcon.
Because she's like fucking does her due diligence too. Like fucking actually is like, all right, hang on, maybe there's something more to this that I'm not seeing. Goes in, does the homework. Oh shit.
Yep. And now she had that cool little action scene too in the hallway. She does some Red Room shit.
Yeah. Even in the initial like the Isaiah shooting scene in the in the White House or whatever, she fucks up some guys.
Yep.
So no, it was cool. It's always cool to get a widow on screen.
For sure.
But yeah, that's weird actually. So that's like one aside from maybe like literally her name. I was like, otherwise I don't really need more on this girl. Like she's a widow. Like that's all somehow she fell out of the Red Room and she ended up fucking working fucking head of security for Thunderbolt Ross. Like, all right, like that all seems to line up pretty easily for me. I don't really need too much more.
Yeah. And
I just like missed her name somehow. But you're right. I don't know her name.
Yeah, they kind of missed there. But yeah, it's nice. I always like the little dynamics between the people in government power with the superheroes too.
Yeah.
Have some of those people playing around, and Sam also has his friend who's like the other assistant to the president.
Yes. I didn't catch her name either. Yeah.
But I'm sure that'll develop more too. Seems like a future love interest kind of character.
Ooh. Okay.
Possibly.
Okay. What? There was one other thing I was just gonna fucking say. Oh shit! It slipped my fucking mind. Oh, actually no. Back to very like similar to like Winter Soldier there too. Like the introduction of like not introduction, but a Black Widow. Like Scarlett Johansson's character is a major character in fucking Winter Soldier.
True.
And then that's when Sam Wilson's character gets included. So you have that same Captain America, Falcon, Black Widow.
Good call.
Trio.
Yeah,
there was definitely a lot of that in this movie. They were trying to go more of that like spy, Winter Soldier kind of vibe. Which Winter Soldier is like probably like my 4th or 5th favorite MCU movie.
Yeah.
But it obviously wasn't anywhere in the ballpark of that. But that you could tell like that's what they were trying to go for.
Right. Yeah. That opening scene where they're, trying to track down the adamantium and he just like dive bombs down into the thing. It's like it's like a hit and run, sneak attack kind of style. Yeah, more tactical.
Yeah, no, actually, I guess like that part of the plot worked actually fine for me. The whole like adamantium on Celestial Island and just like how it would be distributed across the world.
Yep.
Like that's like a very like easy problem and like.
Right.
All right, cool. And we're finally actually like acknowledging that Celestial Island is like a thing. Like,
right, that has always been kind of like a joke.
Yeah. Because Celestial being literally is half out of the fucking Indian Ocean. It's just a massive, 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 massive being, and no one says anything about it for like I don't know, 3 years, 4 years.
Yeah,
it's been a while since the Eternals.
And that's another thing I saw as like a complaint, but I think we can defend too that like they pulled from the Eternals to like use the Celestial thing, and they did another like precious resource thing like Black Panther did, But they're trying to hit a single here. They're pulling all the stories together.
Yeah,
and they're like they're kind of reorienting for some good movies here. Hope some bangers coming up.
Yeah, no, I kind of like spaced that out, but the use of Celestial Island in this was like a good way to bring something from outside and it hasn't been touched and actually touch upon it, and also be like, all right, this is a nice little special thing for the movie because it's tying to other parts of the MCU.
Yep.
So that's good.
And getting us excited for X-Men stuff, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So that's where we're going to go. That's where we're going to next from here is we got Thunderbolts coming. I think it's May 2nd.
Hell yeah.
That should be good. And then we got Fantastic Four in July.
Yeah.
Which it's going to be a big year. We got a bunch of shows coming this year, too. Fucking... Sherry Williams' show is this year. Ironheart.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the new Iron Woman.
Yeah, I'm pumped for that character. She's a gangster. I liked her character a lot in Wakanda Forever.
Yep, she was great.
So yeah, it's gonna be a big year for Marvel. We also got Superman. We saw that trailer yesterday. Superman trailer on IMAX. Everything looks so much cooler in IMAX.
Yep, that trailer was really sick too. It was no dialogue through the whole thing. It was just a whole bunch of these 3-second shots of what's going on in the movie with some intense music.
Yeah, first time I've ever been interested in fucking Superman in my entire life.
There's some good ones out there. I remember watching like the old ones when I was little. And
the Chris Reeves ones.
Yep, I have a soft spot for those. But yeah, a little bit of a miss with the.
It's just the character. Like the character just doesn't like. I don't know. It just doesn't do anything for me. It's just like boring.
Yeah, too perfect and not emotional. Yeah.
He's just boring. Yeah, he doesn't do anything for me. But yeah, going to be a big rest of the year. And then, like I said at the beginning, we're going to be talking a lot more because we're going to be doing some Yellow Jacket stuff, some White Lotus stuff.
Yes.
Which I think we're just going to tie those together. I think we're going to do this week for the premieres. Then we'll do mid-season, and then we'll do final season. Kind of like what we did for Penguin and Agatha.
Cool. Yeah, White Lotus is tonight.
White Lotus is tonight,
and,
yeah.
I actually already watched the first 2 episodes of Yellow Jacket.
Oh, damn, did you?
Yep.
Oh, shit.
Yep.
I got to get on those. I'm going to.
Definitely
Me
good.
and Holly had never seen the show, so we're watching it, and we're on the finale of season 2.
Oh, cool. I was going to say, I had to watch like a recap video because there was so much shit that came together in the last few episodes of last season.
Yeah. So. No, last season 2 is good, and the trailer for season 3 looks fucking wild, which you already saw some of it, so. Yeah. But the trailer looked fucking wild. Yeah. All right, though.
Still getting plenty of both the old and the new stuff, too. Like
the back and
stuck
forth.
on the island, but they're still.
I wonder how long that show's going to end up going for.
I know. I think it's got some potential. I have not heard reports about what the plan is.
Neither have I. But all right, yeah, that's kind of going to wrap it up for Captain America. Like I said, this very mid-tier Marvel for me. When I think of this, I'm going to think of like Black Widow, Iron Man 2, like the first Doctor Strange movie. Though that's kind of the area, that's the ballpark I'd kind of put this in, which is just like I said, it's middle tier. It's better than a lot of MCU movies. Let's put it that way.
Yep.
But it was good. Had its problems, but overall it was solid. I go like a fucking C+, B-, something like that, somewhere in that region.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think they were only shooting for a B or a B+ maybe, but they got their B- or something,
Yeah, I like what you said about hitting a single. It was a good way to start off the year.
Yep, exactly. Get some ducks on the pond and let's bring them home with the big hitters later in the year.
Yeah. All right, pal. Thank you very much as always for hopping in. We'll
course.
talk to you soon, and happy watching all you guys as well.